What's up, everybody? It's Soren Baker here on Unique Access Entertainment. As always, please hit that subscribe button. It's right down there and it's free. That enables us to keep coming to y'all as often as possible with as many interviews as possible. So please hit that subscribe button, like our content, share it, talk about it, be about it, each one, teach one. And we appreciate your support in getting us this far. Now, today we have the honor and the privilege of being joined by one of my friends, somebody I've known for a long time since the 90s, Xzibit. Thank you for coming through, sir.
You already know anytime you call, man, I'm gonna pop up.
Yes. So Xzibit, man, you put out so much music. We're going to talk about a lot of it today. Not all of it, of course, because we don't have that much time. That would take a few days. So, but one thing that I was always interested about was with Gas Chamber, taking it all the way back with the Liquor Store and Faux Deep with the single. How and why did you guys press that up as the single / make those kind of the lead tracks from Gas Chamber?
We was new booties in the game, man. We didn't know what we was doing. Watching everybody else do music, and then the music that was coming from our area with, the gangster rap that we were doing. That's what we know. We didn't know to make a radio hit. We had to get a radio song to really get out there. We was just doing it from the gut. You know what I mean? And that's how we came out with them things, man.
Okay. And with that being said, in this early 90s era, 92, 93, when you were first starting to putting yourself out on AWOL with Gas Chamber and stuff, what was your mentality being from Sacramento? You got Lynch, you got X-Rated, you got you, but what was your thoughts of like, man, I'm going to be as big as N.W.A, or I'm gonna never make it, or like what were your goals, your thoughts, your ideas of what was gonna happen?
Well, I grew up off of Ice Cube and N.W.A, like you said, that was the first gangster shit I heard, you know what I mean? So that really ruffled my feathers, you know what I'm saying? So growing up in my neighborhood, was really just trying to find somewhere that they can respect you and take you in. So the gangs came about, you know what I mean? And we was hustling, and it was all about a hustle. They was like, we make a record, we can get some money, you know what I mean? It was like, they telling me the record game, the independent game, like the dope game, you know what I mean? You press up the CDs and you can sell it, you know what I'm saying? So, man, we was like, we went to St. Charles, and he gave us the information on how to, press up the CDs and get the shit popping, and man, that's what we did. We went out and put them in front of everybody,
And how did you? Obviously, people may or may not know, but he's obviously 40s kin. So how did you get with him?
Well, my partner from my neighborhood that I was, we from the same neighborhood. So we was out doing what we did. But E40 was his first blood cousin. You know what I'm saying? And he was in Vallejo when I came out of YA in 91. So I wind up, taking one of my homeboys down there to go handle some business. And I seen all these little rappers. These dudes was rappers, Lil Bruce, all the little kids, they was trying to rap, but they was like, we up on the E40, my cousin. You know what I'm saying? So once they heard me rap, because they didn't know me, you know what I mean? They never met me. So once I came through there and I rapped for them, they was like, oh my goodness, this nigga like the new Ice Cube. That's what they were saying, you know what I'm saying? So, and from there, I got with Studio Tone and, Mike Mosley and shit, E40. And yeah, man, the relationship was built.
Now, even at this early point, even before Gas Chamber, what made you, because a lot of people early in the game think they know everything, they don't learn, whatever. How did you take your excitement and what you wanted to do, but then also take these lessons so early on to apply them to what you wanted to do and what you were doing?
Well, before I was a rapper or anything like that, I was in gang violence. I started as a young age, you know what I mean? So I was involved in crime and all that stuff at a young age. So me putting that on record like that, it was just, man, you know what I'm saying? It just came out like that, bro.
No, I know, because I remember even with the Black 64, the first song on Gas Chamber, one of the things that struck me about that song when you were talking about hitting the enemy block, I was like, man, this dude is showing no fear right off the first song. There's no like, it was
Oh yeah,
no.
we was outside for real. Like we were a small gang in a wide city of enemies. You know, it wasn't a lot of Crips in Sacramento. It was more Bloods than Crips. So for us to be Crips, we had to be ruthless. You know what I'm saying? We had to be frontline type, jump out. You know, just wild. You know what I'm saying? It's like LA is different. The Crips outnumber the Bloods in Los Angeles. You know what I mean? So, you know, these Bloods got to be ruthless out there. You know what I'm saying? So that's how it was. Just a flip side over there, and it made me when I went to, because I had been in the system most of my life, from juvenile to all that. So I already knew the fear of fighting. You know what I mean? I have already broke that fear. So wherever I went, if it was a problem, we was with it. You know what I mean? So that was my attitude. I'm here. I don't want no problems. But if this is a problem, we're going to get to it.
And what do you know what do you remember what happened or how that developed in you?
Trying to find some kids to hang out with. You know what I'm saying? Being young with no friends, the oldest kid. My brother was 7 years younger than me. I had another brother stayed on the other side of, you know, my dad's side. I had brothers over there, but I was the oldest. And it was nothing for me to do. You know what I mean? So I would see these dudes at the liquor store. So I would just walk down to the liquor store and go hang out with these dudes. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, as a kid, you know, they were older, you know, and shit just came about. You know, I'm hearing what they're talking about. I'm hearing what they did last night. And it's just all surfacing into my head as a little soldier that's ready to go to war. You know what I mean? That's what they're doing. They're building these little dudes to go to war. So that's what I was. You know what I'm saying? So I was just soaking up game. And, you know, and it just made me.
Yeah. And Liquor Store, of course, is on Gas Chamber, the song.
Yeah.
So how did you decide to take that particular part of your life and put it into a song?
Man, when that music come on, that pen does what it does. It's I don't know. I can't control it. It's uncontrollable. Music controls me. I don't control the music. The music writes it. I live the life. Everybody's living a different life, but I live that life. So I put what my knowledge of that day, me and the homies going to the liquor store, because me and my cousin, we just go to the liquor store. You know what I'm saying? Have somebody buy the beer. And after that, we go to the high school, you know what I'm saying, and kick it with the females and drink beer, you know, and just hang out. So it was a big thing that, hey, man, what y'all doing tomorrow? And we finna go hit that liquor store. And then we going up to the all-female school, Bishop and O. We used to call it Bishop and Hoes, you know what I'm saying? So that was me and my cousin thing right there, you know?
Okay. Store. Yeah. Well, you know, I've had the fortune, this was after Till My Casket Drops, or right around that time when I had first gone to the studio with you. We had driven down from Sacramento to San Francisco. And I remember we were with JT, the Bigger Figure, and a whole bunch of other people. And I remember that was the first time I'd seen you like record and do stuff like that in person. And it was like a trance, might not be the right word, but it's kind of seemed like you just zoned out and were like gone. So yeah. Has that's been the case since you were started with Gas Chamber?
Yeah, pretty much gotta you know, go into my mind and figure it out. You know what I'm saying? To block out everything else. So, and it's hard for me to write when people are talking or when something's going on. It's just, I need focus. You know what I'm saying? So I like to clamp down in my own little section and just go in. You know what I mean?
I've seen it.
Yeah. With 30 motherfuckers in the studio. You know what I'm saying? Still able to come up with it.
It might have been 40 that night, but man, it was crazy. Now, with the song Gas Chamber itself, where did that whole idea and concept come from? Like the whiff of the gas, the name of it, like what was that about?
The Gas Chamber is Garden Block. You know what I mean? It's my neighborhood. I'm telling you, take a whiff of the gas. Take a whiff of this right here. You know what I'm saying? and just giving them that raw, man, you know what I'm saying? Like how I grew up, the discipline. You know what I'm saying? Like these kids don't get disciplined, man. That's what the problem is. We ain't talk about that. Yeah, Gas Chamber was just straight from the core, man. And that's the block. That's Garden Block. Take a whiff of the gas.
Okay.
Take a whiff of the gas. You
No,
know?
I got you. I got you.
Yeah.
Now with on Realer Than Real, you shout out X-Rated. You're talking about being at the Click video and Miss Me with the Captain Save-A-Hoe shit. So I wanted you to explain why Captain Save-A-Hoe in particular meant so much to you.
Captain Save-A-Hoe was a character played by Kevin, one of my partners, was E40 cousin. But me and Kevin was cool, you know what I'm saying? So he didn't rap. That was his thing. And I'm just, as a youngster coming in the game, I said, damn, it's more than just being a rapper. Because Captain Save-A-Hoe, he finna be famous. He done put on a cape, got a video. He famous now, you know what I'm saying? And then Realer Than Real was a true fucking story. Realer Than Real is like one of the realest songs on that record. Realer Than Real, motherfuckers can't deal. You know what I'm saying? That shit is real. The Click video, everything that I put in there, that shit is real. You know, it was a situation from that song. Before that song, E40 shot Tired of Being Stepped On. Now, me and my crew, we had to invite, we pulled up, you know, the Garden Block. You know what I'm saying? I ain't had no record company like that. I just had homies with me then. You know what I'm saying? So we pulled up and somebody shot the motherfucker up. So people rode through and shot it up, right? So, but I seen these dudes ride by in a van because we always looking for that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? So I seen the dude ride by in the van and shit. And then when we started shooting the video, they came back. So they started shooting. Everybody was running, you know, and I remember I went to the spot. They had a big ass spotlight out there. I remember I took that spotlight and turned it around because the spotlight was on us in the crowd. You know what I mean? So I took the spotlight, I turned it around, boom, and then I seen D-Shot. Then D-Shot in the drop Corvette. He loaded up in a Corvette by himself. So I jump in the car with him, bam. Now we going after the thing, you know what I'm saying? But that's how all that, man, that was some real shit. You feel me? That was some real deal shit right
there. Yeah, it's great. I remember hearing about it and then listening about it, you know, with your stuff, with Brother Lynch and Hung and a lot of other people talking about it. So
when we got to the corner, they was coming back. But we was right there though. They was on their way back. Wow. But they got the hell out of there after that right there. Hey, wow. Shout out to my South Vallejo niggas, man. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing but a day in the life, man. Hey, it's all love.
Yeah. Now, another song that was great on Gas Chamber was Marked for Death, where you're talking about dude leaving this, not being true to the set and all that different stuff. So I wanted you to break down the importance of putting that side of the game into the music too.
Well, that guy right there, I'm not gonna say his name, I already said it in the song. He was a homie. You feel what I'm saying? We was young. He was a homie. And he wound up going to, you know, the other side. You feel me? Our enemy side. You know what I mean? So that was always like, damn. You know what I'm saying? The homies, you can't be no mark, homie. You can't be switching sets. They always said that. You can't be no mark, homie. Don't switch sets. This is what it is. You ride it out like that. No matter if it's 20 of you motherfuckers or 10 of you motherfuckers or 1,000, you just ride it out like that. You know what I'm saying? So I was upset. And, you know, I'm in the studio steaming. So I dropped that one, Marked for Death. You know what I'm saying? Marked for death. You marked up, you marked for death. You know?
Yeah, that was always one that I thought was one of the most powerful. But of course, I think the most famous is the Bald Head Nut. And in that one, you talk about Cowboy Sibo for short. So break down how the Cowboy name came and how you decided to shorten it to Sibo.
First off, I wrote that song on a bunk in Stockton, California, county jail. All right. I wrote that right there on a bunk. And that motherfucker had about 1 million roaches in that motherfucker right there. But now, the bald head, we said the bald head nut.
Yep. But how did you decide to break down your name in there? Because you talk about cowboy for short, Xzibit, and all that.
Well, my name is Cowboy. If you know me from the streets and you really, really know me, my name is Big Cowboy. You know what I'm saying? Xzibit was a name, one of my cousins, he said he came from LA. He was from Playboy, right? And we got family in the Compton area. So he said, man, Cowboy, he said, man, that's Xzibit. That's what Cowboy stand for, Xzibit, right? So he's like, C-boy, Xzibit, woo, woo, woo. And I just took to the Xzibit. And this was when I was probably 13 or some shit, you know what I'm saying? And I started riding with that, you know, but my original name is Cowboy, and I got my name Cowboy, you know what I mean? So that's how, you know, that's why they call me Cowboy. Oh yeah, and I used to wear some cowboy boots to elementary school when I used to kick these niggas try to bully me. So I went and got some cowboy boots, and I would kick them in their legs and their hands and shit. Some of them, my older homies right now, they tell the story, man, this nigga broke my finger. Yeah.
So then how did you get to with Bald Head Nut then? How did you or why did you end up writing that at Stockton? Like what was it significant about being there, or what was happening that made you write it then and there?
Well, I was living my life like a nut for one. You know, motherfuckers was like, man, that nigga Xzibit's nut. You know what I'm saying? Then I cut my hair off. I had the Jerry curl. I cut that all the way off. You know what I'm saying? And then bam, bald head nut. You know what I'm saying? The bald head nut. You know what I'm saying? That's what they call me. Then I come through doing donuts on there and sideways up the block. They'd be like, they go to bald head nut. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Okay. And with Play for G, you're playing off the Houdini to 5 Minutes of Funk beat. And I just always really loved that beat. Do you remember why that appealed to you sonically?
Play for G was a song, was a little click that my rest in peace partner, Bobby G, started. He had Play for G on his old school Corvette plates and shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, rest in peace, Bobby G, man. But yeah, that's where that song came from. You know, Mike Mosley was pretty much directing the sound. You feel me? I would be like, oh yeah, that right there. You feel me? And I'd be in his ear rapping and shit like, oh, dip, and he'll be making the beat while I'm rapping and shit. You know what I'm saying? So we had that kind of chemistry when we was in the lab. It wasn't just, hey, send me a beat, man. Let me pick a beat. Oh, I'm gonna rap on it to send it back to you. Every little thing, oh yeah, I like that. Oh, put that horror shit in there, make it spooky. You know what I'm saying? I'm in there like that on it. Him and Sam Boston going in.